of the void, but somehow different this time.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned your father into cold stone. How difficult for you. But when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were close as sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
Am I dreaming? If not, how is Delilah doing this?
I told you when you're older. Perhaps next year.
You said that last year. Jessamine is younger than me, and she's a court every day.
Business, well, it's complicated. We'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
Jessamine and I played games in the tower, but at night I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me who did?
We were just playing.
Young Lady Jessamine, what is your account of that?
It was her. Delilah's lie. She broke it.
I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bedsheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
Your sentence is served and she'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
It's hard to know whether my dear old aunt is telling the truth or not. When I was young, the Loyalist conspiracy that kidnapped me also took Anton Sokolov. They brought him to the pub where I was being held and locked him in a cage meant for dogs. And you know what? Sokolov laughed at them. He taught me lessons and told me funny stories. He seemed immortal. His mind shaped our age. That's changed. The old man I rescued, he doesn't talk much. He eats what we give him, groans in his sleep, coughs out blood. I thought he'd tell me the secret to defeating Delilah and saving the Empire. But I'm not even sure he knows where he is.
stand with you, even in the void. If only I could do more.
Mother? That wasn't a dream, was it?
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
No. She's the one who orchestrated the coup.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end. Soon.
Jindosh wanted me to help him with a rather complicated problem. It would have enabled him to make his clockwork soldiers at a fraction of the cost. Clever man.
Not clever enough. What's wrong with people like that?
A restless mind and an empty heart, perhaps. Jindosh would have snuffed me out as soon as he got bored. I appreciate what Emily did for me, freeing me from that place.
I searched for you, Anton. I would have found you.
I knew you'd try, Megan. They kept me going after they gave me to Jindosh.
Either way, you're back now. I'm glad.
Emily.
The Empress has risen. A peaceful sleep, I hope. Nothing like the pillows at Dunwall Tower, made of goose feathers.
Sit down when you want to talk.
Anton, when I brought you back, you could barely speak. But it's been 3 days.
They tortured him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne, and my father is missing. This is Anton Sokolov, the greatest mind in the Empire.
No, Emily. Megan is right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Sarkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge that I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor, Brianna Ashworth.
She's the curator of the Royal Conservatory.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous, as obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the Oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
There'll be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to Delilah. Which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaca has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
Long as it takes. We'll be picking up balusters and spindles made of zirconin umberwood.
I thought the old Duke Theodanis outlawed umberwood export to protect the trees.
I can't keep track of all the decrees. My client's refurbishing her gazebo, adding an exotic southern touch.
Kinda dry. Really go for a whiskey or something. Maybe one of them 2-penny drinks. What would give for a bottle of pear soda? What am I? Like a stocking without a leg, that's what. Nothing. Worse than nothing.
Isn't it dinner time yet?
Man could starve on this shift.
Has the wall of light been acting up?
No. The technical officer came by and said it was fine. He looked at the wall of light, then climbed up to check the windmill. All good. Why?
Yesterday, the wind kicked up so hard I thought the windmill was gonna fall apart. The wall of light was flickering and sparking like crazy.
I've seen that too. But whale oil's expensive now, and the tanks run dry. The wind's unpredictable, but it's still better than a bunch of howlers running through the checkpoint in night.
Yeah, I see your point.
Just have to finish my shift. Then I can go home. Put my feet up.
Melinda, you look great. Enrico said to give you his regards.
That donkey-faced cretin can open his wrist for all I care. Did you bring me something? The silver cigarette
The
case?
Royal Conservatory. What do those walls hide?
I'm doing this. Stealing for you. I'll lose my job.
Do you want to be a servant all your life? You're always talking about leaving Karnak on a big white boat, never to come back. You spend your days polishing silver cutlery. Come with me, Beatrix. Let's leave.
Did we really get passage on a ship? What if they find us?
A new empress sits on the throne in
Just like when we were kids.
Our rightful ruler, Delilah Kaldwin, first of her name. May she reign forever. There are some traitors who question her claim to the throne. Morally, Tivia, treasonous nation skulking in the cold gloom. If they want war, we'll give it to them, no matter how many of you I have to sacrifice. Serconis will fight for Delilah to the bitter end.
Your request for new boots. What I get? A sock. One useless sock.
Sure feels heavy. Hard to get a good lungful.
pushed out into the harsh world. You are alone, but for a few allies.
The conservatory. I wanted to visit this place with Wyman.
Constant noise. At least they keep the curious away.
Our mistress likes them where they are, so you'll have to tolerate them.
Yes, but sometimes I want to smash them into a bloody pulp, just to enjoy the silence.
Is this a riddle? We're talking about the Grand Guard, right? Not the lovely blood flies.
Of course, the blood flies are...
This is a fine nest, my dears. A shut mouth catches no flies.
That's it. Eat, my darlings.
Whatever. Thrice. That's the part I always mix up. Tap the whalebone thrice, not twice.
Ambergris, where am I going to get that? Maybe the incantation will work with just a little muck from the street.
Oh well, never mind.
can't wait for the month of nets. Fresh picked is so much better than dried.
Ashworth's journal might tell me more about why Delilah can't be killed.
After Delilah fell to the assassin Dowd, her magic was lost, and the coven scattered. I made a new life in Karnaca. Then I heard her whispering from the void, leading me to the Duke, who heard those same whispers. Together we worked to bring Delilah back into the world, changing the Empire from the home of Aramis Stilton 3 years ago. Across the Isles, all of us who'd been with her at Brigmore and before, we felt the magic return. Others joined. New faces, new blood. Now, Delilah is immortal. Forever. She holds Dunwall, and we've turned to corrupting the oracular order. The Overseers take guidance from their prophetic sisters, and soon we'll influence their dreams and visions.
Wicked ladies and hunters of slithering things in the hours before dawn, former milkmaids and magistrates, come before me and bow, for I am Delilah, your queen.
All hail Delilah, the moon in the sky and the misty dear. If Brianna hears you and her mood is off, you're going to lose an eye making fun like that.
She's only having fun, Francesca. And Brianna's too busy with the communion to be bothered. She's got her mind on the Sisters of the Oracular Order.
Yes, because otherwise the Abbey will see us all blackened by fire. Now stop with this nonsense. Next time I'll try it with a waxing goose.
What does she mean she's Delilah's favorite? She can't know that. For all anyone knows, I'm the favorite.
her 1,000 times. You have to learn the words and say them just right. Otherwise the spell won't work, no matter how many goose feathers you've gathered. Throat feels a little scratchy. Maybe some steeped porridge and
It's gotta be some new trick. Something no one else has thought of. Maybe something with gull's eyes, or the bladder of a cat. My knee feels better. The fresh air really helped. And the calendula flowers.
He gave up? You should have seen the twisted things she made. All snouts and teeth and tails.
That's just the way it is, dear Parmelia. Delilah wears the outsider's mark, and some of what she can do flows down to us.
It doesn't seem fair.
Think about working your fingers raw, weaving nets, or raising cows to slaughter. Any of the gifts you receive is better than living under the boot.
That's true and fine. A wise way to look at things. But it won't.
What would you and Father advise if you were both here? Sometimes I dream we're all together again.
How did Jindosh die? Someone got inside that strange house of his.
I don't know, Delilah. Forgive me.
No, my dear. It's a loss. But I doubt he had anything more to give us.
Sokolov was taken away as well.
Who would want that ancient fool? Never mind. How goes the communion? I am hungry to whisper into the ears of the oracular sisters.
My influence grows. Last night, I walked through a dream with one of them, and we drank from a fountain in the town where she was born.
Ashworth is influencing the oracular order.
And this business with Jindosh won't affect things.
No. He continued to tinker with the lenses. Thicker, thinner, more opaque. It was tiresome to watch. I still have the old lenses and cast-off parts piled in my workshop, but Jindosh finished some time ago. The rest is up to me, learning to use the machine. A tricky thing, touching the void through such a device.
Blood and biscuits. I look forward to using it myself once you're ready.
Will you visit soon?
Perhaps. Dunwall Tower is mostly in hand. The High Overseer won't be a problem anymore. And there's the matter of my own project. I grow more excited with each brushstroke. When I come to Karnaca, we'll drink an ocean of good wine and stay tight as a boiled owl.
I look forward to it.
For now, I need your eyes on the Duke. At least until we have the sisters under control. There's no one else I trust. I'll reach out to you again on the morrow. Farewell.
Goodbye, Delilah, my empress.
These odd lenses might be linked to what Ashworth is working on. If I can sabotage Ashworth's communion device, she'll be powerless.
A corpse? What in the world?
As if you could ever hide your face from me, Emily. Little Black Sparrow, free from your cage at last.
Brianna Ashworth is dead.
Spoiled child! You had no right! Born into a silk-padded cradle, you'll never understand what she meant to me.
And everything you've stolen? All the lives you've ruined?
It should have been mine to begin with. Everything that's happened is wrong. But don't you worry, I'm going to make it all better.
Give me back my throne and my father.
Come and take them, girl. I welcome you to my tower.
Now Kaldwin. My name is Delilah. I bested
accept my transfer. I've got to get over to one of the other districts. So he says, keep alert. And I says, am alert. I've been alert. He says, yeah. This time I
always the one who puts together months in the seems like whenever it involves missing sleep, they always send
restrict your mining quotas and the new taxes being levied by the Grand Circonic Guard. Let me answer all of this rabble-rousing at once.
I need to pee.
Disloyalty and sedition will not be tolerated. Look at Duncan Baird, my friend. He's a patriot. A man who won't stop until he has turned every bit of this land's silver into shiny coins. I asked him to double the number of mine workers, and he did it. No questions, no complaints. Karnaka needed miners, and he produced them. Out of thin air. That's the Circonian spirit. That's what we need.
Spirit touching mine.
Come on, don't be shy.
It's blood ox stew tonight. Starving. That tasted awful. That weren't no blue-jawed hagfish. River crust is more likely. I've got to get back to Dunwall. I feel so bad. I haven't seen the kids in 2 years.
Seized right up. I told him to let it warm a little first, so he can't say I didn't warn him.
What's going on here? Huh?
What's the matter? You saw something?
There was... Where did... Am I going crazy?
Huh?
Welcome. Don't worry, we are perfectly safe in my shop. Welcome to my shop. What can I do for you today?
I found this. What can you give me for it?
It's an interesting trinket, not worth much, but trade it to me and I'll draft up some schematics based on its design that you can use to modify your tools.
Interesting, but I think I'll hold on to it for now.
Is there anything else I can interest you in?
Aching back. Hurts when I'm standing, hurts to sit. Anytime I feel right down.
First one to admit when I'm scared. And there, I said it.
So it's done.
Ashworth won't be a problem anymore.
Good. But Emily, there's something else. Back when I lived in Dunwall, I did things that I'm not proud of.
Isn't that a requirement for citizenship?
What I've got to say is not a joke. I knew Delilah and Ashworth. Bought into their bullshit. Which led me down a bad road. To be honest, before all this, I thought Delilah dead. I don't want to get into it right now. But I felt like you should know. There are things I regret.
All right, Megan. Thank you for opening up. If only a little.
I'm starting to feel like you deserve it. Are you ready to leave now?
Yes. Let's go. Take me back to the Dreadful Whale.
Another step toward the Duke of Serkonos and Delilah.